89.1 FM, streaming live 24/7 at ames.edu/radio. Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. .1 FM, Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Quad City DJ with Come On In, Write It. So I have my word of the day for you today. So it's a real word. I know lately it's been real words, which is kind of a shame. I need to make up some new words that'll be a little interesting. Anyway, so my word of the day today is related to a funny story, which I'm going to tell you. So my word of the day today is confused. You know, like when you're confused, you have no idea what's going on. So yesterday, I woke up. So I stayed up pretty late because I'm dumb and decided to do that. I stayed up late and I woke up about 11 o'clock yesterday, which is weird because I'm a morning person. So I woke up and I was just like really, really confused. I woke up and I was looking at my clock. I was like, well, what day is today? I was like, is today Monday or Sunday? I was like, well, if it's Monday, I'm really screwed because I had class at 10. I was like, but if it's Sunday, then it's okay. Like, I literally couldn't figure out what day it was. So I was sitting there, I turned my phone on because it was off, and I was like, I had to check what day it was. I was like, oh, it's still Sunday. I think partially I get really confused because I don't have class on Friday, which is like the first time in forever I've never had class on Friday. So I get really confused with my weekends or 3-day weekends. So I get really confused. But I like woke up and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. That's like the other day I was telling you guys how I got really confused with the time change. I had no idea what time it was. It was really weird. That reminds me, so like a while ago when I was still in high school, for some reason I had like the same problem, but like it was weirder. So some reason in the middle of the night I would wake up and I thought I heard my alarm go off. And so I figured, it's like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I need to get, and I live in the basement, so it's not like I could see the sun, or I used to live in the basement, so I couldn't really see the sunlight coming through my window, so it looked like the same in my room if it was pitch dark or whatever. So I went and take a shower, and I get ready for my day, and I get out, and I look at the clock, and it's 3 in the morning. This happened to me like 6 times. I would get up at like 3 in the morning, and I swear I heard my alarm, go and take a shower, and get out, and be like, it's 3 in the morning. So I'd like go back to bed in like whatever clothes I was going to wear that day, and then wake back up at 7. It was awful. I guess I just get really confused with time, and when I wake up, I have no idea what's going on. It's like when you take a nap, and then you wake up, and you have, like, no idea what year it is. It's like that, but I have it, like, really often. So after that, my mom had bought me a clock where, like, it projected this, it was a Hello Kitty clock, so it's super cool. It projects the time, like, in LED, it projects the time really big on the wall, so I can tell what time it is. It was such a weird thing that happens. Like, I don't know anyone that happens to. Maybe it happens to you. I don't know. I find it very awkward. It hasn't happened to me in a while, but it happened yesterday. I couldn't figure out what my life was. So I figured I'd tell you that funny story. I'll get you guys back to the music. We have the rest of 90s at noon for you. We had to have Edwin McCain, Tag Team, Marcy Playground, Notorious B.I.G., and Shaggy featuring Janet Jackson. Coming up next, I'll have my weather and Ames news as usual, and I'll have my top 10 list, and it's going to be pretty interesting, so stick around on Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, streaming live 24/7 at ames.edu/radio. Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Let Me Hear You Scream by Ozzy Osbourne. Stick around. I will have Ames weather news as usual, but I will have my top 10 list, which is going to be kind of interesting, so maybe you'll have some similarities with me on my top 10 list. So stick around. Coming up next, I have 10 years and Saving Abel. I'll also have my song of the day coming up next for you on Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Saving Abel with Bringing Down the Giant. I have my song of the day for you today, and my song of the day today is Aerials by System of a Down. 1, because it's a great song, and 2, because there's a rumor going around that their new album's going to come out. I think it's not really a rumor, the drummer confirmed it. Their new album's going to come out, I think, in 2017, so I'm really excited. So if you're a fan of them, they're coming out with new music soon. So that's my song of the day. Today's Aerials by System of a Down. I have that and Stained coming up for you. Stick around. I have my top 10 list for you. So on Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. .1 FM, Ames Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was Eyes Wide Open by Stained. This is Anna here. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? My day's going all right so far. I'm a little bit confused on what day it is because I'm not very smart, but that's cool. I have my top 10 list for you today, and my top 10 list, I just thought of yesterday, actually, and it's not like genius or anything, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So my top 10 list today is my personal best, no, I said that totally weird. My top 10 list today is my favorite TV shows right now. These aren't my all-time favorite TV shows, but it's like the ones I'm watching right now or ones that I really am enjoying at the moment. So we'll do that real quick. Number 10 is Designated Survivor. I think that's on ABC. I don't remember. But if you don't know what it is, it's Designated Survivor is the title. It has Kiefer Sutherland in it, in which he's an awesome actor. But the show's about how there's supposed to be a designated survivor for each cabinet meeting, I believe. I can't remember now what it was. But the White House gets blown up, and all the people in Congress and the House all die except for Kiefer Sutherland and another designated survivor lady. So he becomes the president, but he literally just got fired the day before, so it's kind of weird, and nobody wants him to be president. And so he's trying to, as the president dude, he's trying to figure out who attacked the White House and is trying to help the country. And there's a bunch of random acts of anarchy around the country, so he's trying to fix that, and it's just a really interesting show. I think it's written pretty well, though, and it has Kiefer Sutherland in it, so he's an awesome actor. But I like the show. I think it's really interesting. I want to see how far it goes. And I feel like it could only go for one season, although maybe it could go for multiple. I'm not really sure, but it'd be interesting to see how that show goes. Number 9. Everyone knows I love cartoons, or if you didn't, I love cartoons. Number 9 is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Everyone I talk to, their first comment is that it's so weird or it's super creepy, and it is. But in my opinion, it's creepy, but it makes you want to watch more. It's weirdly creepy. Whoever wrote it did a really good job, because it's weirdly creepy in a way that you don't notice it until it hits you in the face, And it's supposed to be a cartoon, but it's ridiculously creepy. But I think it's pretty cool. I like Courage, the poor dude. He lives with Muriel and Eustace. So if you don't know about Courage the Cowardly Dog, it's this cute little pink dog. His name is Courage. He was abandoned by a pup, if you know the intro of the show. Muriel adopts him, and she's super old. Muriel and Eustace, that's her husband, they're really old people, and they live literally in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert. But I think they live in Nowhere, Kansas. This is the city they live in. But it's the adventures of Courage and Muriel and Eustace. Muriel and Eustace have no idea what's going on, apparently. And they just every time somebody comes to the door, it's someone creepy or someone that wants to take their house or wants to destroy the world. It's really weird. And so Courage tries to protect them from these weird people. Well, he's more protecting Muriel because Eustace isn't very nice to him. But I like the show just because I find it kind of humorous. And some of the episodes are just so weird. I really want to know who wrote all these episodes. All right, so that was my number 9. Number 8, Ed, Edd, and Eddy. That's another cartoon. It's about 3 boys. It's an Ed, and Eddie. They have all the same name. So they're best friends, but they're the weird kids on the block, and all the other kids don't really like them. It's really funny because Eddie, he's really short and angry. He wants to make money all the time so he can buy Jawbreakers. So they're always coming up with schemes to try and get money, and it's kind of funny to see some of the stuff they come up with because it literally defies the laws of logic and physics. It's a funny show. I love cartoons, by the way, if you didn't know. Number 7 is Futurama. I love that show. It's a cartoon, but it's not a kid's cartoon, and it's hysterical. I like it because I'm not a huge fan of comedy stuff, just because some of it I don't find the stuff as funny. But I like it because it's funny in a satirical way, and not in an immature or inappropriate way. And it's kind of almost realistic. If you could imagine the future of the year 3000 or whatever year they're in. I think it's 3000. But if you could imagine what that year would look like, it probably would look like that. And I just love the characters and the dynamic. My favorite character is Zoidberg because he's hysterical. But I love that show. It's awesome. And number 6, my last one, and then I'll tell you guys the rest later. Number 6 is Prison Break. So if you have not watched it, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It is an awesome show. So if you don't know what it's about these 2 brothers. The one brother, Lincoln, is put in jail for murder, and he was set up. He didn't actually do it. So his brother, Michael, who is super ridiculously smart, he's an engineer, and he knows all sorts of stuff. He goes into jail on purpose to break his brother out, and ends up breaking out with all these other convicts that really shouldn't get out. And then they're trying to keep away from the government and this secret agency called the Company that's trying to take them out. And this show is just ridiculously great. If it's one of those shows, though, if you miss one episode, you have no idea what's going on, though. But it is such a good show. If you have not watched it, you should totally watch it. I know they're doing another short series coming up soon. It's supposed to come out soon. I don't know when, though. But I'm really excited to see how that all works. But it's a great show, so go watch that. That's my bottom half of my top 10 list. I will get you guys back to the music. I have Hell Yeah and Shine Down for you on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here. How's everybody doing? That was Hellhounds by Mosey West. I have the rest of my top 10 list for you. So if you weren't listening earlier, my top 10 list is my favorite TV shows on right now. Not on, on TV right now, but just my favorite shows at this current moment. I did my bottom 5 earlier. My number 10 was Designated Survivor. Wow, I totally said that really weird. Designated Survivor. Number 9, Courage, Cowardly Dog. Number 8, Ed, Edd n Eddy. Number 7, Futurama. And number 6, with Prison Break. So starting at number 5 again. So I love cartoons, by the way. So I think, let's see, how many of these are cartoons? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these. Half of these are cartoons. So that's kind of entertaining. Anyway, that's just a funny fact. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. I am so sorry. My number 5 is Angry Beavers. So Angry Beavers is also a cartoon from the 90s, and it's one of my favorites. It's just really funny. So if you don't know what it's about these two brother beavers who are kicked out of their parents' dam, and they have to go live by themselves and kind of figure life out by themselves. So there's Daggett and Norbert. They have such weird names. Fun fact, Daggett's voice actor is the same as Invader Zim, so I think it's kind of funny. But it's kind of about their lives and how they kind of figure out life themselves, and they always have, this one episode I think I just watched recently. I have the whole set of all the DVDs for all the seasons, and I've been watching that. Not as much lately. But there's an episode, it's just an example of how funny the show is. There's an episode where, they're beavers, so they live in a dam, right? So one day, things keep hitting their dam. It's someone's trying to destroy our dam, and Daggett gets really offended. So he's, trying to fight off whatever is attacking their dam, and it's just salmon trying to jump over it to get to where they want to be. But Daggett gets really offended, so he's, trying to fight off these salmon. So he tries pouring cement in the lake, which Norbert's that's not a thing. And then Norbert's kind of the calm one, so he kind of figures it out. But Daggett's kind of insane. I identify as a Daggett. I think I'm very similar to him, but I think the show's really funny. Number 4 is Invader Zim, which is ironic. I'm wearing my Invader Zim shirt today. It's so funny. If you don't know what Invader Zim is, you totally should go look it up. It was on Nickelodeon years ago, and it was really, really funny. It's super satirical. It's so funny, but it's kind of weird at the same time. So Invader Zim is about, so it's an alien that's part of the Urkin invaders. His name is Zim. He's really bad at invading. He destroyed their home planet. So they're okay, if you want to invade so bad, you can go on this planet. We don't even know what it is. So they send him to Earth because they don't even know what Earth is and they don't really care. So they send him to Earth with his robot companion Gur. And Gur is a really bad robot. He doesn't work very good. His brain is literally gumballs, keys, and something else. So they're both really dumb. So it's their adventures of trying to take over the world with their really weird plans. And it's just so funny. And the only one that knows that they're an alien is Dib, a human boy Dib. And he goes to school with him. Because Zim is goes to human kid school. And I think it's a middle school or something. Because Dib is young as well. But Dib is the only person that knows he's an alien. And the only one that cares. And he's trying to stop Zim from invading the Earth. And it's kind of funny. So if you haven't watched it, you should totally watch it. It's kind of funny and kind of weird at the same time. If you get across the episode Dark Harvest, be prepared of how weird it is. It's very strange, and it's why the show got canceled, so be aware of that. Alright, the rest of these are not cartoons, surprise, surprise. Number 3 is American Crime, so it was on last year and the year before, I believe, on, I think, ABC. I can't remember. But it is a super ridiculously good show, so each season is different. It's kind of like American Horror Story, how it works. You recycle the same characters, but it's different storylines. The very first season was amazing because there's only 2 seasons, but it's such a good show. The first season, I believe, I'm trying to think what it was about. It was about this couple that she's assaulted and he's murdered from somebody that comes in their house, and then the show shows all the people that are somehow related to the story. So it shows this kid who lent some other guy a car, and that guy's related to the murderer, and the murderer and his girlfriend, they show a lot. And it's super lifelike. It's insane. You almost would think it's a documentary, the way they filmed it and the way it looks. But it is a really, really good one. The second season's about this boy who was assaulted at a party and how he didn't want to tell anybody about it. And there's all these circumstances, and it's really interesting. Which is kind of sad, but it is a really good show. It's on Netflix. I just saw it the other day, so you should go watch it. It's a really good one. Number 2, it's a show called How to Get Away with Murder. It's on ABC. I love this show. It's super, super great. If you don't know what the show's about, it's about these law students that work with their professor, Annalise Keating, and they somehow all get wrapped up in a lot of criminal activity. Like, they murder her husband, she's trying to help them cover it up, but then they accidentally kill other people on accident, so they're trying to keep it all secret, and they're trying to help each other out, and every episode's like, you don't know what's gonna happen, like, you don't know if they're all gonna go to jail, or what, and then I think the season finale, or the episode before the season finale is this week, so I'm really excited to see how that ends. Oh, it's so intense. If you miss one episode, you have, like, no idea what's going on. That is a really good show. I recommend it. And my number one favorite show of all time, if you've listened to my show before, you know, it's Ink Master. I love Ink Master. Ink Master is a competitive show, which is a little different than the rest of these. It's a competition to see who's the best tattooer, essentially. So this season, I think it's the 8th season, I believe. They're doing teams, so it's Chris Nunez versus Oliver Peck, the judges on the show, and they're trying to see if one of them could get somebody to win the show. I think they're at the top 6 right now. The episodes come out on Tuesday. I love it because I like to see new tattoos and new ideas, and I like seeing how they make these tattoo artists do tattoos and put them under pressure. It's just kind of cool to see the best of the best. So that's my favorite show. That is my top 10 list of my current favorite TV shows right now. So I'll get you guys back to the music. I have Aaron Lewis featuring Fred Durst and Five Finger Death Punch for you on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. That was After Midnight by Blink-182. Coming up next, I have Papa Roach and Chevelle for you. I'll have the weather and news for you as well, and then I have some news-like items for you as well. So stick around on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. 89.1 FM, streaming live 24/7 at aims.edu/radio. AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be. This is Anna here. That was The Collapse by Adelita's Way. So I have some music news for you, more like metal news that I've been doing for the last couple weeks. Or week or so. I don't remember. I don't have a very good perception of time anymore. But I've got some interesting pieces of news for you. With Falling Avenged Sevenfold, that's all I talk about. I'm sorry. But they posted this big old Facebook post on November 11th. So I think that was on Friday. They posted this big post the other day about the reactions that different websites have been having about their new album and their sales. Because like I said last time, that their sales for the new album, The Stage, was 76K, which is a lot for a metal album. But a lot of people are criticizing the album, criticizing Avenged Sevenfold, and just kind of being making a big point that they're not selling as much as Hail the King did or as much as everyone else is doing. So M Shadows on their Facebook page posted this really long thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you because it's really long. You can go find it. It's on their Facebook page. But it's just kind of pinpointing what all these sites are saying and why it's wrong. They're just kind of clearing the air, I guess, especially because there was an article. M Shadows did an interview with, I don't remember who it was now, but he said he had mixed feelings about the results of the album, and everyone took that as he didn't like the results and they shouldn't have released the album that way and that kind of stuff. But he clears it all up in this article, well, not in this article, in this Facebook post. I want to point out what he said though. He said, this is what he's saying from the Facebook post on Avenged Sevenfold's page. Quote, when I said I had mixed feelings about the results, I simply meant that there is a part of me that knows a traditional release would have been easier and we could all parade around with another meaningless number one. But mixed feelings is in no way indicates that I think this is the wrong approach. I love that we did this for the fans. I love that we did this for our sanity, and regardless of how you feel about the music. There's no doubt that this has been exciting. Anyone with a brain knows judging an album merit or overall lasting impact on the first week's sales is simply crazy. I have never judged an album based on sales, period, but I'm not you and you have to make your own decision. I just want other artists to be themselves and not be gun-shy of new ideas just because some things work and some things don't. I just think it's really interesting that they wanted to really point out that these sites, a lot of sites, I know they're trying to talk about clickbait sites, and the metal news sites are really kind of trying to make them look bad and taking everything out of context, and everyone's criticizing them because they're not selling enough albums. But I like that they're trying to justify the random drop of their album. They're trying to justify what they're doing, and I really respect that. So if you want to read the rest of it, it's on their Facebook page, if you are interested. In other news, Chevelle just dropped a new video for their song Door to Door Cannibals. I just watched it. It's kind of long. It's almost 5 minutes long. But the video is kind of creepy, actually, if you were wondering. I like it, though. It's pretty good. It's the members of the band are in a really creepy hospital, and they're trying to escape, essentially. But it's really entertaining, so you guys should watch it. The bass in this song is amazing, though, by the way, so go check this song out. It's awesome. Let's see what else we have. Theory of a Dead Man just released their cover of Hallelujah yesterday. It's really good. I like it. I listened to part of it. It sounds really good. They did a really good job with it. And then Five Finger Death Punch, lastly, attempted to do a 10,000 people mannequin challenge. It's on their Facebook page from November 10th. I don't know where this concert was. They did it at a concert, and they had the big crowd of people try to do the mannequin challenge, and they said it was about 10,000 plus people. So that's pretty cool. I watched the video. It's not a huge success. Some people were moving, some people were talking, but they did a really good job with it, and I thought that was kind of cool. They tried to do the world's biggest mannequin challenge to date, so that's kind of entertaining. If you want to watch the video, it's on their Facebook page. It's very entertaining. So that's the music news that I have for you this week. I guess that's about it. I'll get you guys back to the music. We have Disturbed and Pop Evil for you on AIM Student Radio, the way radio should be.